What is going on, guys? Isan here, and I'm coming back to you guys with this new project, which is going to be obviously this indicator right here that you could see. It's a scanner, and also it finds trades using a very good indicator here that you could see on the screen. And I'm gonna go through everything in this video and talk to you guys about every single detail and explain how this indicator works in general and how you can guys take advantage of this indicator and how to use it properly. We're gonna start with explaining the visuals here and on the screen, and I'm gonna take my time talking to you guys and explaining everything. After all, if you are investing in such tool, then you must probably have time to spend into understanding this project, right? So, and that's the whole point here. If you don't have time to spend on understanding the product and the indicator, I wouldn't really advise you to buy the product in the first place. So this indicator is called MENA Trade. MENA Trend is a trend indicator. All the trades are based on the trend analysis, and you will find basically two panels. The first panel is going to tell you about the long-term trend of many currency pairs here. As you can see, we have the euro dollar, we have the USD yen, pound, and you can add as many as you want. And I'll show you how to do that in a minute. So basically, what you're gonna see here is you're gonna see the spread, visual spread on two forms, a 0 point and just one. These are points. So for example here, the USD chief is ranging between 1 and 2, and it depends pretty much on your broker, but this helps a lot into understanding what kind of brokers are you using and what kind of charges the broker is charging you, basically. Here you have the time, the server time of the broker, and here you have, I wouldn't include local time because you have the local time here on your computer. So I think that is a useless thing to include. So you got the server time of your broker, and you got the currency pairs here. And the list can be long as you want. I mean, you can add as many currency pairs as you want. And here you have all the time frames that we have in the MT5. As you can see here, we have two visual representations. We have the pole and the bear. Obviously, the pole is green, the bear is red, and that means up and down, right? The red means a downtrend, and the green means an uptrend. And you kind of know visually what's going on overall. In the euro dollar, for example, here we have all these time frames on a downtrend, and we have these time frames on an uptrend, and these time frames on a downtrend. And here at the last here you have the overall percentage of the uptrend versus the downtrend. So in this case here, 38 or 40% versus 60% downtrend. So you kind of have an idea of the overall trend of the currency pair. It's more clear here on the down when you see USD GPY. It's like 95% a downtrend in only 5% uptrend. So there is a higher tendency that the price is going down on the USD GPY here. This is a long-term representation of the trend, so which means that it takes into account a long number of candles before deciding the algorithm would take in advantage in consideration a long time of period When I say long time of a long period of time, it means that it's going to use more candlesticks, and candlesticks is basically time. So it will use more candlesticks to calculate the trend. You also have the same thing here on the statistics panel. In the same way that the green is an uptrend, we have a green uptrend here, in the red, a downtrend. And we also have the same statistics here that we have, like 47 and 52. So 47 uptrend and 52 downtrend. This one here is more like a short-term trend, which does not take that much of numbers of candles in that much period of time. So it's more sensitive. This one is less sensitive to the time, which gives like a bigger picture of the trend. This one is more time sensitive, which gives you a short time trend. And this one is very useful if you are deciding on what kind of deciding on taking trades on lower time frames. And also it gives you a double confirmation on what is going on a short-term trend versus the long-term trend. So when you're looking at this one, you want to look at few time frames, depends on where are you trading. So for example, if you are trading on a 15 minutes, so you're going to take probably 3 lower time frames and 3 upper time frames. So these 7 time frames from the 15, 20, 30, and 1 hour, 10, 6, and 5, then they're going to give you like an idea of the tendency or the price, where the price is going on a lower time frame. Plus, if you take the bigger picture and you keep it in mind with the short-term, long-term trend and short-term trend, I think that's going to give you a better idea on what is going on in the trend, generally speaking. As far as this panel here comes, you can control the panel by moving it around the charts in any way you want. You can put it on in the corners. I mean, you can play with it in any way you want. Plus, you have this button here with the flags. You can hide it all together. If you click, then that's gonna go away, and then you are left with a clean chart. But keep in mind that this one is very useful because it will help you navigate all the currency pairs in from one place. And what you can do basically is you can add all the currency pairs that you are trading, and you can navigate and go through the time frames and the currency pairs that you want in this form here. So let's say, for example, I want USD GPY on 1 hour time frame. So I'll look at the USD GPY and I'll go to the 1 hour time frame, and I'll click on this button here, and the time frame is going to automatically change to USD GPY 1 hour, and everything is going to be updated. You'll see the rescanning of all the time frames and all the trends, and that happens actually every let's say every 5 seconds. So with that being said, here we can see clearly that we have a trade here, and as we can also see that we have a lot of time frames that showing downtrend here, and the downtrend is really coming here with a higher percentage, and you can see that also in here. So this gives you an idea about what is going on here. And let's say, for example, I want to go down to the M15, and I'll click on the M15 and go down to this time frame here, and I can see that the short-term trend is showing a downtrend, and the long-term trend also is showing downtrend. And here I'm already up in this trade 49 or 50 pips, which is 497 points, which is, which can be considered as a good trade, this one here. So based on the trend, based on a short-term trend, long-term trend, the performance of the past performance, the buy trend is here considering a sell trade. So I would be taking in consideration the sell trades here, which is 12 sell trades, and then all are showing good performance, so definitely go for this one here based on the analysis here. You have this button here that you can change the boldness of the numbers here if you cannot see well on the screen. So what you can do basically is you can click on that and then make them bold in a way that you can see them clearly. With that being said, we have another filter here, and this filter is going to show you and going to eliminate a lot of trades that are against the trend basically. So if you are using this filter, what's going to happen is, let's say for example that we kind of see like a downtrend here, right? It's a clear downtrend. So we don't want to take this buy trade because it does not really make sense to go against the trend. Now, if you have this one, you have like the indicator is going to alert you and give you an alert on this state of this trend as an opportunity. But if you have the filter, then that would be eliminated because it's against the trend. The algorithm is considering only the trades that are going in the direction of the trend. So since we have like a strong downtrend here with a 95%, so the indicator is trying to eliminate every buy possibility because it's against the overall trend. So you got saved on that one, and you got saved on this one as well, even if the price went on your direction. But we're looking for long-term trades like this one here. This one is a good entry. You would have a place to sell here, and then it would get like a 207 or 208 pips, which is really a good trade at that level. This one is still going and it's probably going to be a good trade as well in the same way that this one here, especially after this pullback. So it's an impulsive move and in a correction where the market pulled back. And then we're not taking this one in consideration because it's against the trend. And now the market is taking over, and you can see that at some point here, it's going to break below this point. And if it broke below that and closed below that, then there is a high chance that the price is going to go down, probably retrace to this point here and then push lower. You can include your technical knowledge with this indicator. So this is a tool that you can use to as well enhance your trading. Or you can add it or stack it on top of your previous knowledge as far as trading is concerned. You got this color button here, and what this does basically is you can see that the background color is gradient. We have two colors here. We have the blue and the red. And I'll show you later, guys, how to change these colors in the settings. You can go into the inputs and change the guardian color. And if you click on it, then you get the white background, the normal white background, which is very, not very comfortable because it's very strong. But if I click on this one, then I have this very beautiful background that is not too strong on my eyes. Though if you can play with the colors as well, any color is possible to be added here, which is going to add more sophistication to your trading as far as the aesthetic comes and the look of the indicator. As I mentioned, you have this button here. Can hide and show the panel. The panel, if you add a lot of currency pairs, it's going to take the whole screen. So it's a good idea to like navigate through all the possibilities. And if you get an alert of a trade on a certain time frame, you can just navigate to that time frame, like for example, 15 minutes here on the Euro USD, on the USD GPY, and then for more focus after you analyze the trend and you know that it's 95%, then you can just hide it and have more room for you to work and more perspective to look at the chart. I'll bring back the panel. As I have explained, guys, you can also move the panel lower and remove the time frame bar here, and then you can use this one as a time frame bar. And whatever whatever currency pair that you have selected here, you can just keep that and use this as, as a like time frame navigation bar. You can click on 1 hour here, and then it would change to USD GPY 1 hour. You can go to the 2 hours, and it would go to the 2 hours, etc. You got the point. So with that being said, every time you change the time frame, the indicator is going to rescan the whole entire currency pairs that you have here and show you a new analysis of the trend. And even if you don't change the time frame, then there is a counter of 5 seconds that you can change, and it rescans the whole time frames every 5 seconds or every so and so time that you specified in the inputs. We got this short-term trend analysis here, and if you click on it, then it would show in this form, and you can hover over this triangles here, these rectangles here, and it will show you the time frames. And if you remove the mouse, then it would be gone. But this still, without even hovering over it, it gives you a general idea of the overall time frame. So if you have more red here, that means that the tendency or the momentum is for the downside. And if you have more green, the tendency is to the upside. But you can still hover over it and see the statistics, like 90% versus 10% on the short term versus 95% and 5% on the long-term trend. You have the how many time frames are down and how many time frames versus how many time frames are up. So 19, you all know that there are 21 time frames on the MT5. The MT4 is different. So 19 downtrend versus 2 uptrend, which is the weekly and the monthly. I prefer to keep it this way. It's not taking much of the screen, especially if you have a bigger screen. So you can keep it this way or do it any way you want. You can always turn off the filter, the MENA filter, but still keep in mind that you're going to get a lot of signals, and some of them are against the trend, some of them are with the trend, but I highly recommend to keep the MENA filter on. Then you're only looking at a bigger trend like this one here. So we can all agree that this one is a downtrend overall. As you know, guys, the market does not go down on a straight line, so it goes down and up like in a zigzag way. But still, the indicator that we are using here is pretty good at catching these impulses, right? As far as I'm concerned, this is one of the best ways to catch the impulses like this one here. Now, this one is really a good trend. And if you keep catching these trends, overall, the results overall is going to be way much better. And as you can see, this last trend here is still going. You can use this one also as resistance and support, the MENA filter line as a support and resistance. And you can see how the price pulled back towards this MENA filter and then pushed down. And the MENA filter showed this trend as a downtrend because it's considered as a part of the downtrend move. And then the price just pushed lower in a very nice way. You have here the countdown, the timer of each candle. So we are on a 2 hours time frame. So there's still 17 minutes and a half, almost 40 seconds for the 2 hours to finish and for this candle to close. This is going to be very important if you are working on a lower time frames like the M5 and M10 and even 1 minute time frame. Some people like to trade on lower time frames. So this one is going to be very a good indication of when the candle is going to close. And there are a lot of strategies that use the close and then the open of the new candle for entries of their trades, which is also a very interesting thing to take in consideration. So we also have this button here. It says visual. And if you click on that visual, then it will hide the indicator, the main indicator that brings up the trades, and you can click on the filter, and then remove the filter as well if you choose to have like a clean chart. Now with this, you only have we already have hidden this one, the big panel. So the big panel is hidden and the indicators are all hidden. So you have like a bear chart with only the signals. And you kind of, if you are a scalper and you like to scalp on a lower time frames, then you could do this one here without relying on, relying only on the short-term trend. As I told you before, it's very time sensitive, and you can take trends like this one here. You can take trends like this one. You can also take trends like this one. This indicator can be used as a scalping indicator and also can be used as swing trading on a 1 hour time frame, 2 hour time frames, and also can be used as a long-term trading because it is, a trend indicator, and it takes into consideration, the long-term trend, which is also a very important thing to keep in mind. So you can use this one on a weekly even. If you are an investor and you don't have time to sit on the computer, so you can do your analysis from time to time on a higher time frames and like study the trend, especially all investors are trend followers. So this whole idea, this whole indicator is based on the trend. So you can use that as well on a bigger time frames like the weekly, even the daily. You can swing trade, as I said, on the 1 hour and 2 hours, as you can see here. If you are doing considering doing swing trading, I highly recommend using the filter. And then you kind of see that there are opportunities that represent. So even if you miss this one or you lose this one, you have this one here. You lose this one, you have this one, like the proportion of loss versus the win. Especially if you start taking advantage of trades like this one here, is going to be huge. So this trade can make up for like 3 or 4 losses of the previous trades. Yeah, as I said, if you are considering doing the swing trading on a 1 hour, which is really a good style, and that's the style that most of professional traders end up doing. I've known a lot of traders who scalp and day trade and end up like swing trading on a one hour time frame because it makes more sense. It's not as emotional as the day trading, and it's not as boring as long term trading on a daily and even 4 hour time frame, which takes for the trade to like up to 2 weeks or 1 week and more to finish. On a 1 hour time frame, it takes 2 days probably. So you open the trade today and probably up to 24 candles or 48 candles, the trade is closed, and that makes a lot of sense. I guess makes a lot of sense because a daily or day trading is not for everybody, especially if you are considering a lot of things that are going on with each trader. And then it's a very attractive kind of trading, but it's not for everybody. And most of traders actually end up doing swing trading because it's day trading in like scalping is very fast. But still, as I said, you can still scalp with this one if you remove the long term, because this one is not going to do much good unless if you are using only the lower time frames. Like here, from here to here, you can kind of get a confirmation of the strong trend, the strong momentum of the trend, but you still have to take this one more in consideration, more than this one. So you remove that, you remove the filter, and you are left with a lot of trades to scalp with. So you can scalp here and there, here and there, and in most cases you're gonna get a good results if you are really a good scalper. Because scalping is more than just using the tool, and the tool is going to give you an entry and exit. It's more about emotions and to exit trading, when not, and when to hold, and when to get out, and when to cut your losses short. We have talked about the both panels. We have talked about the trades. The trades are going. The indicator is going to alert you on every trade possible on many time frames, so you can navigate through. You can navigate yourself through the currency pairs using the alerts, which is going to be also on your phone. It will send you an alert to the phone, and it will send you an alert here on the screen. Whenever you get the alerts, you navigate to the currency pairs, that specific currency pairs in specific time frame, and then you can take the trade. Basically, you can do your analysis still. As I said, you can use your technical analysis, whatever strategy you're using, but keep in mind that this strategy is based on trend following trading style, which is something that I guess everybody should do, unless if you are complete reversal trader and you're looking for a reversal and looking for trades that go against the trend, which is a trading style. And I don't judge anybody. You can do whatever style you are using, but this is not going to do any good for you if you are a reversal trader. This is based on trend trading and trend following only. The statistics here will show you how many trades, and if you remove the filter, of course, the number of trades here, buy trades is going to increase, and sell trades is going to increase as well. And if you use the filter, then a lot of trades are going to be filtered, with the bad trades considerably bad in the algorithm, and the algorithm is trying to filter out all the trades that are going against the trend, basically. And you have here the total profits based on the sum of all these profits that you can see here, and that's something that you have to keep in mind as well. You can click on the visual button here to bring back the indicator that is going to be giving you the entries of the entries of the trades. And you can also use this one in this line as an indication of how strong the trend is. So whenever you see like a straight line like this, that means that probably the price is reversing, right? And here the price is reversing because it found here like a strong buying level, because people are like a lot of reversal traders are considering these levels right here. So if the price went back up and then retraces down or moved impulsively down, then what they are considering this area as a support area, and they're putting their orders here for a reversal, possible reversal move of the overall downtrend. That's something to consider here. Whenever you see the line, a straight line, that means that the price is either gonna go sideways for a while, or it's gonna go, it's gonna reverse to the upside. So you can use that as a sign of exiting the trade. So if you think that you entered at this point right here, and then you got at this point and you think that it's enough, it's personal perspective. You think that it's enough profit, and the line is started to be straight, then you can get out at some point here, at some price right at this level. But if you are believing that the trend is going to go lower, as I told you before, and you can see here that the price broke below this level, which is considered as a support, and then closed below that level here, went all the way down, and then came back, retraced. If I move the line to the wick here, the lower wick, we can see that it retraces back, tested that previous support, which became a resistance, and the price pushed down stronger. And we can see that there is a possible similar scenario here where the price is going to broke below this level here and broke below it, and probably reverse and keep going down. This is some sort of a kind of way to analyze the trend, the trades on a daily basis. So let's say, for example, you are a swing trader, you are doing the H1 or H2 time frame, so you can revisit the trade on a daily basis and do your analysis and decide if you want to keep the trade on to follow the trend or not. So let's say, for example, you came on a day X and you found that the price broke below this previous support and then moved down and then retraced back to the same support, which became a resistance, and you got this big candle. Now, this big candle is a huge sign that the price is still going down, because that's a sign of momentum, a down momentum. So at that point, you can still use the overall trend here, long-term trend, and you'll be like, we are 95% down, and we have this big push down, which is a sign of big momentum, like a lot of big sellers are bidding on the price to go down, and you can keep, for example, you can keep the trade for another 10 hours, another 12 hours, or another 24 hours. That's another day, basically. And probably the price is going to go lower, and then you can get more than 392 pips to, like, for example, a double that. Like, why not? Like a 600 or 700 pips. So that's one way of mixing your own trading analysis, and it could be anything. It could be smart money concept, it could be support and resistance, it could be any kind of strategy that you are using. Day trading strategy, swing trading strategy, you still are going to need some sort of visual representation and a filtering tools that will help you decide on what kind of trading, what kind of trades are you going to take, and what kind of trades aren't you going to take. It's like, consider this tool as a redundancy of whatever strategy that you have, which is going to give you more confluence over like a double layer or even triple layer of confirmation of whatever strategy that you are using. So I always say that trend following is something that fits with all styles of trading, even the reversal trade. If you are a reversal trader, you have to understand the trend, how the trend works, and how the trend follower traders think, in order for you to take advantage of those reversals. And basically, the reversals, you already know as a reversal trader that reversals are short-term, and that at some point the price is going to reverse back against you and follow the trend. So even if you are a reversal, you can still use this tool. And because as I told you, if you remove the MENA trend here, what's going to happen is it's going to give you these reversals. These trends are against basically the trend. So you can see that the overall trend is down. And if you draw a line, a medium line throughout the trend, you can see that this price is higher than this price, which means that the price is going down. That's an obvious thing. So if you do your analysis of the reversal trading, you can kind of see like there's like a huge support on the back here in the history, and then you wanted to enter at the reversal here. This indicator is still going to give you an entry here if you remove the filter, of course. And it's going to give you this entry. It'll be like, okay, that's a reversal. That's against the trend. I'm going to enter here, and I'm going to exit at the top or the median line of this sideways move here, which is going to be somewhere right there. So you kind of calculate the median line of this sideways move, and that median line is going to be giving you like the level where you're going to get out. This is one of the strategies, a basic reversal strategy, which uses support and resistance versus the previous resistance to exit. So as I said, this tool is any trend trading tool is basically a versatile and multi use strategy that can basically fit any kind of trading. We are left with nothing here to explain. I've gone through everything, and I've gone through all the buttons and all the visual things and how to use everything and how to hide everything. You can click here and move this in any way you want. So you can move it to the side, you can move it to I prefer to keep it here because it fits the writing that I have here for the currency pair time frame and stuff like that. You can click and move it even to the side here if you are okay with this being hidden. And as I said, you can move this one lower to have this one as a time frame, and you can hide it on your screens. So those are one of the things that, as far as the control and everything comes. Now I'll go through the settings for a bit, and I'll explain to you guys how basically the settings work. So if you want to access the settings, you just look at any graphic of the indicator, and then right click and then go to the properties. And if you go to the properties, the first thing that you can see here is the settings for this indicator here, which is the MENA indicator, and you have the length multiplier, you have the price that is applied, and you have the volume data. If you want to use volume data, and you have the bar scan, you can increase that to whatever, so it can give you more history here, and the number of trades is obviously going to increase. And you can also control the colors for the down line, the line going down and the line going up. So red is for the down and green for the up. Those are the scanning. So those are the inputs for the MENA trend. You can play with the settings here in a way that it's gonna give you more trends. It will make the indicator, basically the MENA indicator, more sensitive or less sensitive. Down here you have control of the colors. So this is basically just you controlling the multi-time frame panel colors. As far as the text and everything, and bullish and bearish buttons here that you can see on the panel. So you can kind of play with the colors and play with the type of the text also, and the size of the text. These are basic things that you can do on your own. For the filter, the MENA filter that we talked about, which is this one, you got the period of the filter. You can also increase the period, which is going to eliminate less or more against the trend trades. And you can also apply or turn it off altogether, and you can change the settings and play with that. I've added the best setting that I saw by default, and I'm not going to change them at any time. You have the alerts here. You can get alerted to your phone by email or in the terminal, which is something that you keep in mind, is that if you want to get notified by message, you have to activate basically your phone application or the MT5 application through the MT5 here, because a lot of people are expecting to get a push notification by default, but unless if you connected the ID or the QI, the MQL ID to the MT5 here of your MT5 application on your iPhone or Android, you're not going to get any alerts. Just keep that in mind. So you can turn off the alerts. So the email and message are turned off by default, so you have to turn them on. The only thing that is turned on by default is the terminal alert. You have the arrows, the controls for the arrows. These arrows that you can see on the screen here, the green and light green and the light pink. You can change that colors, and you can change also what price line is applied. You can change the size of the arrows. If you see that they are too small and invisible, you can increase that here. And that's it for the arrows. Here we have the trend and analysis, which is this one here. You can change the colors and control the colors of the trading analysis and trend analysis. This is the settings for the trend in profit and pips, which is this one here. So you can kind of also control that. These are like controls of the colors. So the settings for the display trading statistics. This display here, you can control the colors and everything. This is sitting for the dashboard visualization. As far as this button concerned, you can control the panel using the button, or you can hide it altogether from here. It does the same thing. This is settings for the dashboard time, which is this one, the color and the text. So it's going to give you, as I said, the server time and not the local time. You don't need the local time because you have it on your computer. You can increase the text font and also change the font, the text font as well. Settings for the dash scanner. So I told you that the scanning is happening every 5 seconds. You can change that to 10 seconds, but I recommend keeping it at 5 seconds, especially if you are a day trader. Here, this is where you can add the currency pairs that you can have here. I have the 7 major currency pairs here added, but you can add as many as you want. And I recommend you to, instead of typing them, just go to ChatGPT and then ask it to write you all the currencies that are possible here in this way, without space and with comma. And in 2 minutes you can just copy. In 1 minute you can just copy paste them all in here, and you are good to go. Now, one thing that I want you to take in consideration here is, if your broker has this suffix or prefix with M or X or Y or whatever, then you're gonna have to add it here. So some brokers have like an N, like this way here, so small m. So if you don't add that, it's not gonna work. You have to add the currency pair naming or the quote naming as it is in the broker server, because you are going to be surprised that a lot of brokers use this suffix and prefix, and you have to add them. Unless if you add them, it won't work. So keep that in mind. You can change the colors here of the background color of the currencies here. This color that you can see here, you can change it from here. You can change the text in the size and the fonts and everything, as I said before. Same thing here for the time frames that you can see here. You could remove some time frames if you're not interested in the bigger time frames. You can remove, for example, the monthly, and here these big time frames, you can remove them all together, and you're gonna end up with a smaller dashboard. You can change the background in a similar way that we talked about here, the font and everything in a similar way. Settings for the dashboard, trend analysis options and stuff like that. You can change the colors of the trend, bullish or bearish here. You can customize in any way you want. Probably you want pink for down and a light green for uptrend, so you can change those colors in here. Settings for the dashboard parameters, and this is going to be the settings for the up and down trend as well. You can play with that, and it will give you more or less sensitive, trend analysis. Settings for the dashboard percentage, which is the last section here. So you can change the colors of this and the fonts and everything as well, in a similar way. So before the last thing, we have the settings for the Guardian, which is these colors that I told you before, guys, which gives you this beautiful background. And then I had the blue and red, blue on the top and red on the bottom. And this is going to give you this beautiful background instead. And you can use any colors you want here. You can use green, you can use whatever. You can, play with the colors, and I'm pretty sure you will find the best fit for yourself. Now, you have heard that whenever I click anything that comes with a sound, so you can turn off the sound here if you choose to turn off. If you turn that off, it will be false, then you're not going to hear any accompaniment sound, and it's going to be silent. But if you choose to keep the sounds, which are cool as well, you can keep it as it is in the setting as true. So that's all we have in the settings. And if I want to talk about anything more, is the MT5, which is going to be a difference in the in the scanner, and the only difference is going to be the time frames. Now the time frames are going to be less because there are 21 time frames on MT5 and there are a lot less on MT4. So the dashboard is going to be much smaller than this one as far as the time frames goes. So that's the only difference between MT5 indicator, MENA trade on MT5 and MT4. So I hope I covered everything, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to text me on MQL5. I do support on MQL5, and if you go to my profile on MQL5, you'll find a list of questions and answers where you can basically have answers to all your questions. I keep getting questions and I keep getting repeated questions, so I decided to collect all the questions, and every time I get a question, I will write it down and I add it into the list of the questions. So if you have any question, make sure please to visit the MQL5 profile first and read the whole thing. And if your answer is not there, you can reach out to me and I can help you with anything you want. With that being said, guys, see you in another video. Take care of yourself.